Jai Hind, sir. Thank you, Professor Jha. Now I call upon Shri Binoy Viswam. Binoy Viswam.
Thank you, sir.
Take your own time.
Sir, this house can never forget that day of the 5th of August, 2019. On that day, came to this house our own Home Minister with a bill, and that bill was for the abrogation of Article 370. Since long, it was the agenda of the BJP. In the beginning, it was a hidden agenda, scrap Article 370. Then they made it an open agenda. With that agenda, he came to the house, and on that day it happens. Kashmir was divided into two parts, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. No statehoods, both are UTs. Now the Honorable Finance Minister came to the house with a bill for allotting money for J&K. Not small amounts, 35,581.44 crores for Jammu and Kashmir. Sir, what about Ladakh? There's no English for Ladakh. Ladakh has the old allocation remain as it was. It remained as 5,958 crores. I may ask very humbly, why this approach to Ladakh? Ladakh needs more, but you forget Ladakh. I have listened to the MP from Ladakh in the Lok Sabha many a time. He is worried and he is concerned that Ladakh is also not taken with proper care. So when the Finance Minister comes back again to the House to respond to the discussion, I hope that the sorrows of Ladakh will also be taken care of by the Minister. My first point is that this is not the actual figure. This figure is not only the real figure. Only on the face, this is the figure. But sir, much more amount the government is spending on Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, which is that big amount on the CRPF, on the military, on the paramilitary forces. So today's Kashmir is a Kashmir of the military forces, where the people are suppressed, where the people are killed, and their wishes and dreams are really ignored. That is the Kashmir of today. In that Kashmir, the real funds they spent for the people's torture, and that fact remains. Sir, we hear a lot about Kashmir files on these days. Sir, I can tell you another file. Neeraj, please don't make noise here, please. I request you, listen to me. No.
Please. No, don't worry.
Very good.
Please listen to him.
Thankful to you.
Please listen to him.
Advance is telling that.
For the knowledge of Neeraj and other friends, I may tell a name. His name is Abdul Sattar Ranjur. He is the first martyr of Kashmir, killed by the bullets of the militants. He was a communist. He was the secretary of the Communist Party of India in Kashmir, renowned poet of Kashmir. Those who know poetry, those who know history, I'm sure the BJP benches also know him. He was killed. He was killed by terrorists. That was the beginning of terrorism in Kashmir. Now it grew. Militancy and terrorism grew. Now, under your rule, I may ask the government, is it subsiding or growing? The fact is that it is growing day by day. Day by day. What's the reason? The reason is quite simple. Kashmir demands a political solution. But BJP don't believe in that. You believe only in military forces. You believe in bullets and guns. No, you are equal to the sins of the terrorists. Now terrorists and the government together is made in Kashmir. That's why you are doing a harm and a wrong to the dreams of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. His great dream, we know, Insaniyat, Jamayat and Kashmiriyat. Jamhuriyat, what happened to it? What happened to it? You are not just full to it. You are competing with the militants. The government is competing with them. Now you and the militants together, you are now making difficulties on the path of growth of Kashmir. That's why we say that we cannot support these demands. It's not for the bright future of Kashmir. Everybody is said here about the paradise. About the paradise. I remember that novel and the name, Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost. Who killed that paradise? That's the question. At one side, the militants killed it. The other side, the government is killing it. And both of you are playing in the hands of the enemy outside the borders. Your Kashmiri policy. No, my dear friends, Honorable Minister, Ji, I am telling you, your policies on Kashmir is making them happy. Who are they? They are the military leaders of the Pakistan. And the leaders of Pakistan, the political boss of Pakistan, they are happy because your policy is alienating the people of Kashmir from India. We believe Kashmir is in and out, integral part of India. We believe that. We stand for that. For that, people should have a feeling that India is our home. Your deeds, your words, day and night, tell them that you are not part of India. With bullets, you speak to them. With guns, you speak to them. You speak to them with military forces. And Honorable Minister has come here. And I'm sure that, ma'am, I told here, your demands only a part of it. The real demand is with the Defense Minister, for the CRPF, for the military, for the paramilitary staff, forces, because you ruled Kashmir not with hearts, but with force. Kashmir needed a solution which has a heart and soul, a brain, and some empathy and sympathy for the people's concerned. But you don't have it. For that policy of Kashmir which you have, this demand cannot be supported. So this demand of the BJP government is not for the unity of India, not for the people's protest of India and Kashmir. Kashmir, we all know, I have many friends there. They talk to me about the apple farming. Once it was the very big structure of the Kashmiri economy. What happened to it? Apple is not being exported. People are suffering. Business and all sectors are going down. Dal Lake, ma'am, you go and see it. Thamgaji made a proposal here that you lead a delegation to Kashmir. I don't know whether you agreed to me or not, but I volunteer myself to be in that delegation to come to you in Jammu and Kashmir with you to see with our own. Yes, he is also willing. Many of us are happy to come with you to see the reality there. Ma'am, the reality is not what you tell to the world. Not the reality what they are telling to you. The officials, the military brass and the bosses, and the political directs of the BJP, they are not telling you the truth. The truth is that Kashmir is crying, it is bleeding, weeping, and your measures are not fit for that. The panacea for Kashmir is somewhere else. And that panacea, I can tell, is political and only political. Don't forget it. With these words, I can tell you, ma'am, please, the political policies are creating difficulties for the Kashmiri people. So, I can tell you, stop this competition that you make with the terrorists in making the Kashmiri situation worse and worse. Come back to the people of Kashmir. Talk to them as human beings. Talk to them with your heart and your brain. Talk to them with sympathy and love. You please put down the guns and bullets. And that's the way to take the Kashmiri people to Indian sides. Otherwise, Pakistani military junta or the Pakistani government or military bosses, they may be happy in their hearts and they may applaud you because BJP is trying to have a base for them inside Kashmir. We don't want it. I repeat, we want to see Kashmir as a part of India, as a definite part of
Thank
India.
you, Binay ji.
Integral part of India. With these words,
Thank you.
I oppose these demands.
See the next speaker, Srimati Priyanka Chaturvedi.
Thank you so much, sir.